Hey guys, Lauren Ann here today, and today for you all I have a book haul. I have around about 13 books. It's a collective book haul. I've gotten these over the course of October and the beginning of November, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first book I have has been highly recommended to me, and I've actually already read it, and I adored this novel to pieces, and it is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hoodkin. This book is absolutely incredibly, amazingly, beautifully written. The characters are wonderful, and the novel, its premise is just so intriguing, and I love it, and I can't wait to read the evolution of Mara Dyer and then eventually the retribution of Mara Dyer, which has finally come out. The covers are really pretty. My next novel, I already have a copy of this, but I had to buy another copy because it's my favorite book of all times, and when you see a pretty cover, you know, you just gotta buy it. And it is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I don't know why, this cover just yelled at me, and I wanted it. Don't judge me. I can hear you judging me. She's already got a copy of that book. Why does she need another one? Okay. Next book I have is also a classic, and it is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This was not given to me, but this was highly recommended to me by somebody that I met over the summer, and she told me I just had to read it, and so I bought it. And I'm going to eventually somehow get to it, but it's a pretty big one, and it's got deckled edges. I love deckled edges. The next book that I have is wonderful. It is the collected poems of Sylvia Plath, and I absolutely adore Sylvia Plath. Like, my dream is to someday write as wonderfully and as well as Sylvia Plath does. This book brings me so much joy and so much happiness and just so much light. Although light for some of Sylvia Plath's poems probably isn't the right word, but it just makes me, I like Sylvia Plath a lot. Her writing is beautifully raw, and I love it. The next book I have, I just recently bought, and it is Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer. This is a novel about a young man who finds out that there's this woman that saved his grandfather from the Nazi war camp, and he is going to go to the Ukraine, I believe it's the Ukraine, and find her, and that's the essential premise of the novel. And I'm not going to lie, one of the things that struck me about this novel is just how beautiful the cover is, and then if you flip it in the back, it's inverse, and the cover is just, it's beautiful. The next book I have also has deckled edges, deckled pages, not deckled edges, but deckled pages, and it is The Collected and Complete Stories and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is another one of the poets that I really, really like. I see a trend here, dark poetry. Don't know what that says about me, but we're not gonna delve into it. The book I actually bought Friday, and it is the Flame Alphabet novel by Ben Marcus. And okay, again, the cover of this novel just was like, buy me, because can we just look at how beautiful this is. So I picked it up, and I read the inside flap, and the inside flap is what sold me. This is about children and parents. The premise of the novel is that children have this disease, and parents have this disease, and that when the children talk, their voices physically hurt the parents. And so the whole premise of the novel is that there's this child who's developed this disease and these parents who are subject to it, and their choice is, do they leave their kid or do they tough it out? And it's going to be a very interesting read, and I'm excited to read it, and the cover is just absolutely gorgeous, and I love the cover to pieces. This next book, everybody should be required to read it. And it is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, illustrated by Jim Kay, and inspired by Shubham Dawad. This book, inside and out, illustrations and written words, is absolutely beautiful. These illustrations in this novel are just absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. This is perfect. The writing in this novel is, in the words of John Green, insanely beautiful. There aren't enough words for how much I love this book. This book is absolutely wonderfully perfect, and I want everybody to read it because it's so good. So good. And the question at the end is just, It's crazy. It is literal insanity. The next novel I have is one that I have for school, but I'm really, really enjoying this book, and it is The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. I've obviously marked a lot of things in this novel, both for school and for my own purposes, but this novel so far has been really, really good. It's about 4 moms and their 4 daughters. They're all of Chinese. The 4 moms are direct immigrants from China, and the daughters are American Chinese. And it's about their relationships and the strains in those relationships, and it really focuses in on mother-daughter relationships, and it is such an insightful novel, and I love it. It's so good. The next book is for my history UIL team at school, and it is 1920, The Year of 6 Presidents. I have to read this thing and take a test over it, but that's okay. I'm excited about it. I'm currently only 20 pages through it, but I need to be reading more. It's really good. So far, the writing in it's interesting, and it's not written like a documentary as some history novels I've read in the past are. There's a little bit more character to it than that, which is nice. But it's still a historical novel, and there's only so much you can do with that. But so far, so good, and I'm excited to finish reading this book. Oh, I only wish it was about Lincoln. If only. Are part of a series that I'm sure some of you have heard of, and it is the Chaos. I said that really funny. The Chaos Walking series by, again, Patrick Ness. I've so far read The Knife of Never Letting Go. I still need to read The Ask and the Answer and Monsters and Men, but I saw these editions at Barnes & Noble, and they are just really pretty. Can we just... Okay, so this is the first one. This is the second one. Absolutely beautiful, right? The spines are so nice. And then the third one. Ta-da! Again, super nice. They're like uniform, and they're clean, and they're cut, and they're very nice covers, and I really, really like them a lot. So I went ahead and bought those, and the lady was able to talk me into buying a Barnes & Noble member pass, so I'm now a Barnes & Noble member card-carrying individual. I spend way too much time and money on books, but you know what? It's a good thing. I could be spending it on other things that would not benefit my intellectual abilities. I'm gonna go now because I need to do homework stuff because that's fun. But anyways, I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye. Michael Clifford in the Good Girls video just saying, ah! I balanced on my head. I can balance on my head. I'm a pro at this.